Have you ever noticed how deeply we've been trained to believe that life is supposed to be hard? From the time we're children, we're told if you want something valuable, you have to earn it. You have to push, sacrifice, and grind for it. That belief becomes the lens through which we see everything, including manifestation. Think about it. The same mindset that drives the old idea of no pain, no gain has seeped into the way people approach creating their reality. You've probably heard it before. Visualize harder, repeat affirmations 100 times a day, chase signs from the universe, and keep working on your vibration as if it's a job that never ends. But pause for a moment and ask yourself, if manifestation is truly rooted in the quantum field, in the laws that govern reality itself, why would it require exhaustion? Why would the universe, whose very foundation is coherence, harmony, and balance, demand complexity from you? The truth is this: manifestation is not complicated at all. It is so simple that most people reject it because their rational, conditioned mind whispers, if it's this simple, it can't be real. And ironically, that belief is what blocks the very shift they're seeking. Let's strip away the illusion with a metaphor. Imagine a radio. If you want to hear your favorite song, what do? You don't rebuild the radio station from scratch. You don't beg the music to play. You don't sit there repeating, please, 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 into the speaker until sound emerges. You simply tune the dial to the right frequency. And instantly, the music that was already playing comes through. The station was broadcasting the whole time, whether you struggled or not. This is exactly how the quantum field works. Every possible reality already exists, broadcasting like a signal. You don't have to fight for it. You don't have to create it from nothing. You don't have to chase it. You only need to tune into it. But here's the catch. Because we've been conditioned to believe results must come from struggle, most of us keep spinning the dial, endlessly searching, doubting, and complicating. We never rest long enough to actually hear the song. Quantum mechanics has already proven this principle. In the famous double-slit experiment, scientists discovered that particles of light behave as infinite possibilities until they are observed. Reality doesn't collapse into form until someone looks at it. What does that mean for you? Potentiality is everywhere, always. Your desired reality already exists. Manifestation isn't about forcing reality into being. It's about aligning so completely that reality has no choice but to reveal the outcome you've already embodied. Here's where most people get trapped: over-efforting. They affirm, but with doubt in their chest. They visualize, but with impatience in their mind. They take action, but from fear. That noise sends a scrambled signal to the field. And the quantum field doesn't get confused. It mirrors you exactly. If you broadcast doubt, it reflects uncertainty. If you broadcast lack, it reflects absence. If you broadcast fear, it reflects struggle. The problem is not that manifestation doesn't work. The problem is that most people make it harder than it truly is. Let me share a story that may sound familiar. A woman once told me she had been trying to manifest a new job for over 2 years. She made vision boards. She said affirmations every day. She filled journals with detailed scripts of her dream career. She'd visualized morning and night, but nothing happened. Why? Because every single one of those actions carried an underlying vibration, I don't have it yet. The harder she tried, the more she reinforced the absence of the job. But then something shifted. One morning, she simply decided to stop trying. Instead of obsessing, she acted as if it was already done. She got dressed like she was preparing for her first day at her new job. She walked through her day as though she was already hired. She embodied the energy of certainty. And within 2 weeks, the opportunity appeared, unexpected, effortless, undeniable. Her external world didn't suddenly transform by force. She transformed internally. She stopped broadcasting lack and tuned directly into fulfillment. This is the secret most teachers never share because it feels too simple to sell and too easy to believe. The field doesn't respond to your effort. It responds to your coherence. Coherence means that your thoughts, emotions, and body are aligned in the same direction. It's when every part of you broadcasts the same signal. When you say, "I am abundant," but feel anxiety in your chest, your signal is fragmented. When you visualize wealth, but check your bank account with dread, your vibration is incoherent. But when you embody simplicity, when your thoughts, feelings, and actions all say the same thing, the field locks onto your signal with laser precision. So why do people reject this? Because the mind hates what it can't control. Simplicity strips the ego of its drama. The ego wants to feel like it's doing something, like it's working, fighting, or achieving. It wants to be the hero of the story. But the universe doesn't reward noise. It responds to clarity. And clarity is always simple. That's the great irony. The more you complicate manifestation, the more you delay it. The more you simplify it, the faster it arrives. And that's exactly what this series is about. By the end of these 4 parts, you'll see how effortless manifestation truly is. You'll understand that your job is not to force, but to align. Not to chase, but to embody. Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll uncover one of the biggest misunderstandings in manifestation, the idea that simplicity equals laziness. You'll discover why aligned action is very different from passive waiting, and why the universe responds to precision, not effort. If this first part is resonating with you, type in the comments, "I choose alignment over struggle." Don't just type it casually. Say it like a command to the universe, because your words are vibrations, and even this small action begins tuning your frequency. Many people hear the idea of simplicity in manifestation and instantly mistake it for laziness. They imagine sitting on a couch all day, doing nothing, and expecting miracles to fall into their lap. But that is not what simplicity means. Simplicity is not about inaction. It is about precision. It is about stripping away the noise, the overcomplication, and the doubt until only the pure signal of alignment remains. Let's get clear. Manifestation is not about waiting passively. It is about embodying your desired reality so completely that the right actions flow naturally and effortlessly from that state of being. Those actions may look small from the outside, but they carry enormous power because they are backed by coherence. To understand this, imagine an archer with a bow. If their stance is shaky, if their breathing is off, if their mind is restless, no matter how many arrows they fire, they will miss. But when the archer becomes still, aligned, and precise, a single arrow finds its target. Manifestation works the same way. It is not about firing 100 arrows of effort in every direction. It is about one arrow of alignment that strikes with certainty. This is why so many people burn out on manifestation practices. They believe they need to do more affirmations, more techniques, more rituals. But in reality, doing more often just means broadcasting confusion. The universe doesn't respond to the quantity of your effort. It responds to the clarity of your vibration. Neville Goddard taught this decades ago when he said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled." Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say work harder, repeat longer, or obsess more. He said embody the state. That means feel now what you would feel if it were already done. That is alignment. Now, here's where science adds another layer. Dr. Joe Dispenza and others have shown that when your heart and brain are in coherence, when your emotions and thoughts are aligned, your electromagnetic field expands dramatically. This coherent field influences matter itself. You become like that perfectly tuned radio, broadcasting with such strength and clarity that reality cannot ignore you. And from this state, Action is no longer forced, it becomes inspired. Think about the times in your life when things seem to just happen. Maybe you met the right person at the perfect time, stumbled upon the exact resource you needed, or received an opportunity you didn't plan for. That wasn't luck, that was alignment. You weren't pushing, you weren't desperate, you were simply tuned in. And because of that, the universe rearranged itself around you. This is the difference between busy action and aligned action. Busy action comes from fear. If I don't do this, it won't happen. Aligned action comes from certainty. It's already done, and this step feels natural. One drains your energy, the other multiplies it. Here's a story to illustrate this. A man was trying to manifest financial abundance. He worked multiple jobs, studied every mindset money book, and tried countless side hustles. But despite all the activity, he was exhausted and broke. Why? Because his underlying vibration was scarcity. Every action he took screamed, "I don't have enough." And so the field mirrored that back. One day he shifted. Instead of forcing himself into more and more work, he chose to embody abundance. He began feeling wealthy before the money showed up. He started tipping generously, not recklessly, but from a place of overflow. He treated himself with respect. He stopped acting like a man chasing survival and started living as a man who already had more than enough. Within months, opportunities arrived. Investors, partnerships, and projects that matched his vibration. His external results changed not because he worked harder, but because his signal changed. Do you see the pattern? Simplicity doesn't mean sitting around waiting. It means dropping the frantic noise and moving only when your movement is aligned. It means understanding that the universe amplifies coherence, not chaos. Let's look at it through the lens of energy. Your body is an electromagnetic being. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take sends out a charge into the field. If your thoughts say abundance, but your feelings scream lack, and your actions display fear, then your field is scrambled. The signal is weak. But when thought, feeling, and action all agree, the field becomes coherent, powerful, and undeniable. That is when manifestation accelerates. This is also why waiting passively doesn't work. If you sit back but secretly doubt, if you say the universe will handle it while feeling anxious, you're still out of coherence. True simplicity is active. It's an active alignment of your inner world with the reality you want. Let's revisit the archer. If the archer simply lays the bow down and refuses to act, the arrow never flies. But when the archer takes one precise, aligned shot, the arrow lands effortlessly. That is simplicity. That is coherence. That is manifestation. Now, let's challenge the cultural programming that makes this difficult. Society teaches us that worth is tied to effort. We admire the grind, the hustle, the sacrifice. We look at someone who is exhausted and say, "Wow, they're working so hard, they must be committed." But the universe doesn't care how hard you work. It cares how aligned you are. Hard work without alignment is noise. Alignment without struggle is music. Here's the paradox. Once you embody the state of your desired reality, the actions you need to take reveal themselves clearly and naturally. It no longer feels like struggle, it feels like flow. People often call this being in the zone or in alignment. Time disappears, inspiration comes easily, opportunities appear without you chasing them. That's not magic, it's physics. It's the resonance of your coherent field drawing like energies to itself. This is why some people seem to attract success effortlessly, while others grind endlessly with little to show for it. The difference isn't intelligence, skill, or even luck. The difference is coherence. So, if simplicity is not laziness, what is it? It is alignment stripped of noise. It is the precision of choosing only what resonates. It is the refusal to waste energy on contradiction. It is clarity. And clarity is magnetic. As you move forward, start asking yourself, am I acting from fear or from alignment? Is this step heavy or light? Am I broadcasting lack or fulfillment? These questions cut through the noise and bring you back to simplicity. And here's the most liberating truth. The universe doesn't need you to beg. It doesn't need you to exhaust yourself. It only needs you to broadcast clearly. That is enough. In the next part, we will dive deeper into the science of coherence. We'll explore how the heart and brain work together, how superposition explains infinite possibilities, and how collapsing a reality becomes effortless when you understand your role as the observer. For now, let me leave you with this call to action. If you're ready to choose simplicity over noise, drop a comment below with the words, "I move with alignment." Let this be your declaration. Not laziness, not struggle, alignment. Because that is the only language the universe responds to. By now you understand that manifestation is not about struggle or laziness. It is about alignment and precision. But let's go deeper. Let's explore why alignment is so powerful, not just spiritually, but scientifically. Because once you see how this works on a quantum level, you'll never doubt your creative power again. Let's start with your body. Inside of you is the most advanced electromagnetic generator in existence, your heart. The HeartMath Institute has shown that your heart produces an electromagnetic field thousands of times more powerful than the brain. This field extends several feet beyond your body, constantly broadcasting your emotional state into the quantum field. When your heart is coherent, meaning you feel elevated emotions like gratitude, love, and joy, your signal is strong, ordered, and magnetic. When your heart is incoherent, meaning you feel fear, stress, or doubt, your signal becomes chaotic and weak. Now, combine that with the brain. Your brain is like the tuner. It sends out waves of intention. When the heart and brain are in sync, you create a state of coherence. This coherence is measurable. It's not philosophy, it's physics. And it's in this state that manifestation accelerates, because now your signal is not scrambled, it's clear, powerful, and undeniable. This is where quantum mechanics comes in. You may have heard of the concept of superposition. In simple terms, it means that on a quantum level, particles exist in multiple states at once. Reality is not fixed, it is potential. Every possible outcome already exists simultaneously. The life you dream of is not in the future. It is here, right now, existing as one of infinite potentials. The question is, which potential will collapse into your experience? The answer is observation. In the famous double-slit experiment, scientists discovered that particles behave like waves of probability until they are observed. The moment of observation collapses the wave into a single outcome. You are the observer. Your focused attention, infused with emotion, collapses infinite potentials into your lived reality. This is why coherence is so important. If your mind says one thing, your heart feels another, and your actions contradict both, your observation is scattered. The field cannot lock on to a single outcome. But when you are coherent, when thought, feeling, and action align, you collapse reality with precision. Think of it like sculpting. If you randomly strike a block of stone with scattered blows, you create a mess. But if every strike is intentional, aligned with the vision in your mind, the form emerges clearly. Manifestation is sculpting reality with coherence. Here's a real example. A woman wanted to manifest healing. She had been struggling with illness for years. She tried every technique she could find, affirmations, meditations, diets, treatments, but her underlying signal was fear. She kept focusing on the illness, not the health. Her observation was anchored in the problem. Then she shifted. She began practicing gratitude for her body. She visualized not the illness being gone, but herself living fully healed. She imagined dancing, running, laughing. She felt joy, not fear. Her heart and mind came into coherence. Over time, her body responded. Science might call it a placebo effect, but if you understand quantum law, you know the truth. She collapsed the potential of health into her lived reality. This is not fantasy. The placebo effect itself proves the principle. People heal with sugar pills when they believe they are taking medicine. Their belief creates coherence, and their body follows. If belief alone can heal cells, imagine what it can do in every area of your life. Another way to understand this is resonance. In physics, resonance occurs when one vibrating system causes another to vibrate at the same frequency. If you strike a tuning fork, another tuning fork nearby begins to hum at the same pitch. This is coherence in action. When your signal is clear, reality begins to resonate with you. Opportunities, people, and events that match your vibration are pulled into your experience. This explains synchronicities. Those moments when the right person calls, the right idea arrives, or the perfect opportunity appears at the exact time you need it. That's not coincidence. That's resonance. That's your coherent field pulling matching vibrations into your orbit. Now, let's address the doubt that creeps in. Some people hear this and think, if it's really that simple, why doesn't everyone do it? The truth is, most people never reach coherence because they live in survival mode. Survival mode is stress. Stress scatters your energy into fear, worry, and doubt. In survival mode, your heart is incoherent, your brain is chaotic, your field is weak, you are broadcasting noise. And noise does not collapse reality with precision. The shift happens when you leave survival and step into creation. Creation is coherence. Creation is elevated emotion. Creation is clarity of thought. When you are in creation, you stop reacting to what is and start tuning into what could be. That's when your power as the observer activates. Here's something practical. The fastest way to enter coherence is gratitude. Gratitude is the frequency of already having. When you feel grateful, you tell the field, it is already done. Gratitude collapses potentials into form because it bypasses doubt. You can't feel gratitude and lack at the same time. You can't say thank you and where is it in the same breath. Gratitude is the bridge between potential and reality. Now imagine pairing gratitude with vision. You close your eyes and see the life you desire. You don't beg for it. You don't chase it. You live it in your imagination with gratitude as if it is already done. Your brain doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined. Your heart responds as if it's happening now. Together, they generate coherence, and the field responds. This is why Neville Goddard said, "Feeling is the secret." Thought alone is weak. Emotion alone is scattered. But thought plus emotion creates coherence, and coherence collapses reality. So here's the bigger picture. You are not a victim of chance. You are not at the mercy of randomness. You are the observer collapsing potentials every moment. Your only job is to choose what to observe with coherence. That is the essence of manifestation. In the next part, we'll bring all of this together into practical steps. We'll talk about how to activate coherence daily, how to align thought, feeling, and action, and how to embody the reality you want until it cannot help but reveal itself. This is where theory becomes practice, where knowledge becomes transformation. For now, let me leave you with this call to action. If this resonates, type in the comments, "I am the observer." Let it be your reminder. You are not waiting for reality. You are collapsing it, and the universe is listening.
Now that you understand the illusion of struggle, the power of simplicity, and the science of coherence, it's time to bring everything together. Because knowing this means nothing unless you live it. The universe doesn't respond to what you know intellectually, it responds to what you embody. Manifestation is embodiment. It's not a concept you repeat in your head. It's a state you step into with your entire being. So how do you embody? Let's break this down into simple, practical steps you can start applying today. Step 1, clarity. You must know what you actually desire, not what others expect from you, not what society tells you to want, not what your fear says is safe. Clarity means tuning into your authentic vision. If you don't know what you want, your signal is scattered. The universe can't deliver a broadcast you haven't chosen. Take time to ask yourself, what do I truly want? What lights me up? What feels expansive instead of heavy? Get clear, not on 100 things, on the one signal you want to broadcast. Step 2, gratitude. Once you know what you want, embody gratitude as if it's already yours. Feel it in your chest. Let your heart expand with thanks. Gratitude is the ultimate proof of faith. It tells the universe, I already have it, and the field responds by reflecting it back. Practice this daily. Don't just think gratitude, feel it, live it. Gratitude is the fast track to coherence. Step 3, vision. Use your imagination with precision. Every day, close your eyes and live your desired reality in your mind. See it, hear it, feel it, smell it, touch it. Don't visualize from the outside like watching a movie. Step into it. Live it as if it's happening now. Your brain cannot distinguish between real and vividly imagined. Your body responds to your vision as if it is truth, and when your body believes, the field aligns. Step 4, alignment. Let your actions reflect your desired reality. If you want abundance, stop acting like someone who is broke. If you want love, stop acting like someone who is unworthy. If you want health, stop acting like someone who is sick. Live today as if you already are who you want to be, not recklessly, but intentionally. Ask yourself with every choice, does this align with my future self? If the answer is no, drop it. If the answer is yes, step fully into it. Step 5, surrender. This is the hardest for most people. Surrender means trusting the process. It means releasing control of how and when your manifestation shows up. Your job is the broadcast. The universe handles the delivery. If you obsess, chase, or force, you scramble your signal. But when you surrender, you declare, it is done. That's when the universe moves fastest. Now, let's put this into a real daily practice. Imagine starting your morning not with stress, but with alignment. You wake up, sit quietly, place your hand on your heart, and breathe deeply. You bring to mind the vision of your desired reality. You feel gratitude as if it's already true. You let your body bathe in that elevated emotion. You live it in your imagination for a few minutes until your whole being is saturated with coherence. Then you step into your day. You walk differently. You speak differently. You make choices differently. Because you're no longer acting from your old self, you're embodying your future self. When challenges appear, you don't fall back into fear. You remember, the old reality is just momentum. It has no power if you don't fuel it. You choose to return to gratitude, to alignment, to coherence. That is mastery. That is embodiment. And here's the beauty. You don't need to wait years. Manifestation is not about time. Time is an illusion. The field doesn't operate on human calendars. It operates on frequency. When you shift, reality shifts. Sometimes instantly, sometimes gradually, but always in alignment with your signal. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for proof. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You are the proof. You are the observer. You are the frequency. And when you embody that truth, the universe has no choice but to respond. Let me leave you with this vision. Imagine yourself 6 months from now, fully aligned. You wake up excited, grateful, alive. The opportunities you once chased now flow to you. The relationships you dreamed of now surround you. The abundance you longed for now feels normal. And you realize it was never about forcing. It was always about tuning in. The life you wanted was already here. You just had to match it. This is the truth I want you to carry from this series. Manifestation is not hard, it is not complicated, it is not reserved for a chosen few. It is the natural law of the universe. It is how reality works. And once you embody coherence, you cannot not manifest. It becomes inevitable. So, what do you choose? Do you choose noise, struggle, and doubt? Or do you choose clarity, coherence, and embodiment? The choice is yours in every moment. And here's my final call to action for you. If this entire series has resonated with you, if you feel the truth of it in your chest, then type in the comments, "I am aligned, I am coherent, I am the creator." Let that be your declaration. Let that vibration ripple into the field. Say it not just for yourself, but for every version of you across infinite potentials. Say it as the observer, collapsing the future into the now. And remember this, you are not waiting for your life to begin. It has already begun. You are not searching for your power. You are your power. You are not chasing reality. You are creating it, always. So breathe, align, embody, surrender, and watch as the universe mirrors back the truth you've carried all along.